What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Real Reds Talk. As you can see, I have the wonderful Sam alongside me. And as we both know, it is never, ever a dull day at Manchester United. We have Garnacho drama. We have Donny returning to the club drama. We have some exciting interactive stuff towards the end. And we also have a few other little bits as well. Have I missed anything on the agenda tonight, Sam?
Anthony drama.
Anthony. Yeah, that's another thing on there, which we've got to kind of tick off. Oh, yeah, GYÖKERES as well. Yeah, see, there's that many things. I'm completely forgetting them. So we'll just kick off with the main thing, which is the thumbnail, which you guys have probably already seen right now. And it is the Garnacho discipline situation that's ongoing. I briefly touched on this afternoon, Sam, but more focused on like the social media side of things. What is your take on this situation? And if you look at the whole dynamic at the moment with the wingers, it's happened quite a few times now, hasn't it?
It seems like an endemic against wingers, doesn't it? Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho. I'm sure there's one. Ahmad. I'm sure there's one I'm missing. Like, it just seems to be a forward thing, a forward problem. The players speaking out and making. Do you know what's the worst bit? Is that they don't have the balls to come out and say what they feel. They just hide behind these cryptic messages of like, if I speak, I'm in trouble with a zip.
Emojis.
And like. Be a fucking adult. I know they're 19 and I don't know, is Ahmad 20, 21? I'm not sure how old he is, but I know they're young, but like, come on, lads. Like, if you've got the balls to put it out on socials, have the balls to say what you actually mean and what you actually say. And then you can see how much it was like hot-headedness and naivety of being young, because they removed it all, because Garnacho obviously liked those, was it 2 or 3 tweets from Goldbridge about chucking him under the bush, and then he unliked him quite quickly. He put the emoji out and then he put it down and then put a different emoji out. And then Ahmad put the emoji up and then the next day he put something up about 2-2, so close, need to do better, blah, blah, blah. So it's very, stinks of like young lads with social media who don't know any better and they need somebody to be like, look, maybe don't tweet that, maybe don't put that out there, maybe just speak to the manager, speak to us, get your shit off your chest, but don't put that out there because it's just going to cause a shitstorm. And it seems to be on the internet.
I mean, we touched on this probably like a couple months ago now. Something to do with Ahmad and liking certain things on Twitter and stuff. Was just a bit like a little bit bizarre. What's going on? I think. Do you feel like with the world that we live in at the minute, it's almost kind of like inevitable things like this are only going to get bigger? Like not just at United. I mean, in general in football, like social media is having more and more of an influence in it on. In terms of like opinion and how they react and all this kind of stuff, especially Twitter.
Well, it fuels actual stories and actual ownership things. Like if you believe Twitter, Qatar ownership was a done deal, wasn't it? If you believe Twitter, what Twitter was saying. So like it fuels things. It fuels elections. We spoke about this on After Dark. It fuels policy, stuff like it. It's a powerful tool, and not all. Well, I say not always, but for the most part, not for the good. There's very little good that comes out of it, and to be honest, I work within paid socials in social advertising and stuff like that, and if it weren't for that, I probably wouldn't be on it at all. Like I wouldn't, or Real Reds and stuff, I probably wouldn't be on it because I don't find anything, unless you're running a business or you're running you're a sort of entertainment vehicle. I don't see the point in it, like, because it used to be about connecting with mates who you don't see and being able to keep up with their lives. Now it's a different beast, man, and it's really, really different. You remember the old days of Rio Ferdinand and Wayne Rooney tweeting out, do you want picking up in the morning? The innocent days, and now it's just now it's this shite, this crap that just blows up in the newspapers.
The issue I take with it is the initial spark that they know they're going to get from by doing it. So like whether Garnacho liked it and then either unliked it or did something after it, you've already put it out there for people to see. So you've already sent the message that you want. You can't.
You didn't think it through.
No, like it wasn't thought through at all. Same with Sancho. I mean, I don't know how he feels about it now. He'd probably still be stubborn and stick with the point that, I meant it, and we did do this and da. But there is never anything positive that ever comes from this ever. So I just don't understand why people do it. I don't get what they think they're going to achieve from liking stuff like especially a Goldbridge post where the guy is a very conflicting person in this space anyway. Yeah. So you're going to get people on your back. You're going to cause drama, and I think it is maybe a bit of a naivety issue, and maybe they do need some kind of senior figureheads around him because the figures that are there, right? Casemiro, it looks like he don't give a fuck anymore. Look like he's ready to go. Yeah. Varane, we know, is probably going to leave in the summer as well. Maguire's been neither here or there and has no real authority in the dressing room anyway. We've established that.
Do you know what, as well? Like, you think... Sorry to interrupt your point, but you think there's nothing else positive comes out, because when you have bad performance, the fans fucking abuse you anyway on social media. They just give you absolute shit. And like, didn't Maguire have a bomb threat in his house or something?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, like, where's the positivity in this? Like, where's the good thing? I don't see it. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, sorry.
That's what I mean, and it's slowly, you can see almost like, seeing like horror movies, like the vines of the tree growing, or like the shadows slowly wrapping around the club. And United have had an issue with this for a long, long time. Like social media and people. Go back to Jesse Lingard when he was doing it. Do you remember all that shit?
Pogba.
Murta said I could have days off. Pogba, another one.
Yeah. Pogba was what did he say? He put something out just before, was it the Champions League quarter-final?
Yeah, his agent put something out about before the Leipzig game, I think it was.
And he didn't say anything against it, but then somebody put something out about him and he was quick to come out and go, that's not true.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're not denying this? That speaks volumes to me, do you know what I mean? So...
Yeah, I think Martial's done it as well. Obviously, Rashford's done his interview with the Players' Tribunal, and I think he commented on one of the United stands thumbnails and said this isn't true. And so they're obviously tapped into social media, and I actually think they're looking at it a little bit too much. But again, this can be a topic that we can discuss for days and days. I wanted to actually ask you about the winger situation. How do you see or assess that heading into next year? Because there's a lot of interesting individuals there who you... Quite literally, for the majority of them, you don't know if they're coming or staying, do you?
Yeah, the only one you could probably, because obviously the Rashford thing was the PSG, but apparently Romano's rubbish that and said PSG no longer interested. So that was the one where you're like, maybe that was the only one that had any sort of concrete interest, but he looks like he's going to stay, because I think Chivy's touched on this. Nobody's paying his wages that they're on. Like, nobody's doing it. And then the other ones are all up for debate, aren't they? Anthony, depends on Ten Hag. If Ten Hag goes, you could well see Anthony going, maybe on loan. I don't know.
Would you?
I would get rid of him regardless whether Ten Hag stays or goes. I don't think Anthony's good enough. Ahmad, he's clearly very unhappy. He's clearly not rated by Ten Hag, so if Ten Hag stays, he could well go as well. Sancho, obviously, falling out. He could well... He's probably going to go. Obviously, again, depends on Ten Hag. If Ten Hag stays... If Ten Hag goes, maybe Sancho finds his way back in.
Did you see Lucas's tweet about that, about the players? He said they're waiting to see. Well, obviously it's Lucas, so it's going to be negative. But the players are waiting to see if Ten Hag goes or not to determine like what they're going to do in the next step in the career.
Doesn't shock me. Does not shock me. These players just continually chuck managers under the bus. Ole, Jose, Van Gaal. I don't know if they did it under Moyes. I don't think he had long enough for him to chuck him under the bus, but.
And I don't think any of them would have been here at that point.
No. So, like, they've done it for so many. Ragnick, another one. Like, they chuck managers under. As soon as it doesn't go their way, or they get dropped, or they're not winning, or whatever it is, they go, I can't be asked. They'll try for a little bit. A lot of them will try for a little bit, and then they'll just go, nah, fuck this. And they'll start chucking the towel in, start putting stuff out on socials, not putting effort in. Even Diogo Dalot, like, he's not said anything that I don't agree with. But he came out after the game and was like, we're conceding too many shots. We're far too open. We can't play this way. So he's questioning the tactics. He's not throwing the manager under the bus, and he's not...
Which I don't blame him for.
No, I don't. I think he's right. I think he's correct.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's taken to this point in the season. It's been happening all season. It's taken to this point in the season where even Dalot's gone. And Dalot's a favourite at Ten Hag. Like, gets played every game, no matter what. And even he's going, these tactics aren't working. Like, this is not working.
Casemiro, another one as well, who was saying it like... I think it'd be fascinating if United did an all or nothing document. I think it would be so interesting.
Never be allowed to go out. It would never allow to.
It wouldn't. But if you think that the things we see on the surface level on social media and stuff, imagine what's going on in that dressing room at the minute, because there is people who have genuine links in there who know people around like the players and the families and stuff like that, who have said there are players in that dressing room who don't even like each other. Like, they don't like each other, and which you can see on the pitch.
You don't have to like each other. I think Roy Keane spoke. Like, he didn't like Peter Schmeichel. Like, him and Schmeichel hated each other. I think they actually had a physical fight at one point in the changing room. So you don't have to like each other. You just have to perform on the pitch. and have a professional respect for the person you're playing with. Like outside of it, you don't have to go to their barbecue. You don't have to fucking text them. On the pitch, you're a professional team. Like I'm sure, like we've all been in jobs where there's been a dickhead in work. And you're like, I can't stand this fucker. But you're not gonna just chuck the towel in your job and sabotage your own career because you don't like this guy. Like it's just a bit of professionalism and a bit of sort of more. Professionalism's the word. Just have some passion and some pride.
Not as if they're not being paid fucking hundreds of thousands of pounds to be there anyway. Like,
have some pride in your stature and how you approach things. Like there's players in there that do that. Like Victor Lindelof, model professional, absolute model professional. Like never says anything, never complains, gets on with the job, works hard every fucking game. Absolute model professional. And there's plenty of people like that, but a lot of these younger players, especially the younger players, I will say, they seem to have this issue. Like you don't see it. Like Kobbie Mainoo's, that's why he stands out, because he's not that type of guy.
Temperament.
He's proper chill. He's probably just like and they asked him, why have you got that number? He was like, oh, that's just what they give me. So he did demand a number. He didn't ask for a number. He wasn't like, I want that number. Like Garnacho did. Garnacho wanted the 7, did he? And it's like, no, Kobbie was like, oh, that's just what they give me. And he's just...
But it's weird because I think Kobbie could become a product of that if he's not careful.
Possible.
If the environment stays like that, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm worried about. There's no real leaders in there, and people always throw back like, if Keane was in there, kind of that. The game's very different to how it was in the 90s, like especially with the talk of social media and stuff. But they need figureheads in there, and they need real solid, calm-headed leaders. You look at City, for example, the De Bruyne's, Diaz, Rodri's, these guys. You're telling me they're going to turn around someone like a fucking, even like a Garnacho or an Ahmad? They're going to be like, what are you doing, kid? Like you've just got in the team. Like
you don't even have to be older. Like you look at Arsenal. Like Declan Rice, he's what, 23, 24?
Exactly. Yeah. And even Odegaard's 25.
And they're just calm as fuck. They're just like, nah, do this. Get on with it. We're good. Chill. And they just get on with it. Liverpool, same thing. They've got players in there who just, Van Dijk, for example, Alisson. They've got players in there that just take the stuff and they get on with it. And then we just seem to have, every time we get rid of players, it just seems like we've still not found the cause or the rot. It still seems like there's some fucking problem in there, and I don't know what it is. I don't know how many players we have to get rid of before we sort of remove that from the team, because it just seems to be endemic every fucking season.
Well, it's a great analogy because mold is almost impossible to get rid of, innit, unless you knock the full thing down.
Unless you demolish the wall, then it's fucking it's always there.
Yeah. You spoke about players being sold, and we spoke about players being on the fence and stuff like that. One player who Romano has been talking about today as well, in Donny van de Beek, looks like he is coming back to the club. He put a tweet out saying Eintracht Frankfurt will not trigger the buy option in Donny van de Beek's loan contract. He's only started 4 games in the league for Frankfurt this season. Like he's done little cameos as well here and there. What on earth has happened to him, Sam? What on earth is going on?
He's fell off a cliff, hasn't he? Like it's like
crazy.
The poor lad. Like I feel bad for him, man. I feel really fucking bad for him. This was a guy who, under Ten Hag, was lighting it up for Ajax in the Champions League, in the Eredivisie. He was one of the most exciting young talents. I remember when we signed him, even though Ollie didn't want him. I know that's a factor. That's another thing we need to address. Like managers being given players they don't want. Ollie didn't want him, but we were all excited. We were like, 35 million for this guy who's really fucking good, and he's a fantastic midfielder. We were all like, oh yes, and then we were like clamoring for him to get game time and stuff like that, and then it just never happened for him. Whether it's the league, whether it's the physicality, whether he's the too many injuries have caught up with him, I don't know what it is, but poor kid, man. Like he can't catch a break, and I hope he gets a team somewhere where he can have some sort of career, because everywhere he's gone so far, Everton didn't work, Frankfurt's not worked. Poor kid, man. I like him a lot, I do, but fucking hell, you got to feel for him.
It's like Charlie Malman says there, Donny was almost on the level of De Jong. I mean, you think about the talents that come out of Ajax at that point, De Ligt, De Jong, Donny.
Played with De Jong, didn't he?
A core, yeah. They had like a real core squad there. And he was on the Ballon d'Or shortlist.
Yep.
He was on the Ballon d'Or shortlist, and he's like, he can't even get a game for Frankfurt at the moment. It's fucking mad.
He looked excellent against Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final for Ajax. Like, do you know what I mean?
the question is, what do you do with him now? Do you keep him lingering around? Sorry, do you loan him out?
You have to get rid somehow. You can't have him.
How though? If we can't sell him, like, what do we loan him again?
Loan him again, like, maybe a mutual termination if you can agree.
But I bet Ajax need him, don't they? To be fair, it seems to stay at Ajax at the minute.
Maybe. Aren't they just above like relegation or something?
Oh, they fell off so much, like crazy.
But they've got to find something. Like he's not going to get in the first team. Whether Ten Hag is the manager or not next season, he's not getting in the first team because we're going to have a midfield overhaul. There's going to be players coming in, players leaving.
And also in this system,
it's just not a
chance.
I just don't think the Premier League suits him. I don't think it's for him.
I agree.
So you need to get rid of him. Mutual termination, that's happened before. Maybe you could work out, all right, we'll pay you half of what you're owed and you can go and find a new club or loan him again. I don't know. It's just find a way for him to get into playing football, wherever it is, because it's not going to be United, sadly.
Yeah. True Cushman says sitting on the bench for all those years really destroyed the guy. I mean, it can. Once that rhythm goes out of your game and the confidence and
Phil Jones.
Confidence, yeah, exactly. Your confidence is going to be lowered as well when the manager who brought you up basically and made you the player you are isn't even picking you. So then you really start to question yourself, and you sat there going, "Fucking hell, what's happened? What for lost him a game? What's changed?" Like, I can't remember the last time I saw him in a United shirt. Have minutes.
He had 10 minutes under Ten Hag, didn't he, last season at some point? I'm sure he did. He came off the bench.
Did he play pre-season?
He did play he played a couple, and then he came off the bench I want to say in a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup game. I want to say, but I can't remember.
Crazy is his drop off, man. Completely crazy. But he's not the only one at the club. There's been multiple players who've completely fell off the face of a cliff.
Players all over Europe have to, like Eden Hazard. Look at Eden Hazard, one of the best players in the fucking world, goes to Madrid and just fucking
completely
collapses. Happens.
I hope he does well. I hope he finds a club where he settles and gets game time. Because, like I said, it's not like we don't like the guy. He seems like a genuine professional who will work hard, but for whatever reason, it's just one of those things that's not working out. I want to move the talk on to actual transfer talk, players coming in rather than going out. A striker who's being spoke about at the moment, Sam, Viktor Gyökeres, who I hadn't seen much of at the time of when I was hearing a lot of people talk about him and almost speak about him in awe. Apparently, he's indicated to Sporting he's ready to move this summer to Manchester United. Move this summer. Man United have made a move, and it is understood the player is more than open to moving to Old Trafford. However, Arsenal and Chelsea are both keeping close tabs on him and have held talks with his intermediaries. Whilst Newcastle also appreciate him, a possible complication in a potential deal could also come from Liverpool, amongst others. I'm not sure if you've seen much of him, not sure if you've watched him, not sure if you have any thoughts on him whatsoever, but his stats this season, first and foremost, 36 goals and 16 assists in all competitions.
Impressive.
One, do we need to be careful with league stats and comparison when we look at the Portuguese league in comparison to the Premier League? And two, do you have any thoughts on him as a player as a whole?
Is it Gyökere? I thought it was Gyökeres.
You might be right. I won't trust me on pronunciation, to be honest.
Apologies if either of us have got it wrong. Like I tried to get stuff right, but I don't know. We've got Coventry coming up in the FA Cup semi-final. I want to ask my friend who's coming on to do the Coventry preview because he played for Coventry previously. It'd be interesting to see what he thought of him because he obviously got to see him week in, week out. So
he was in the Championship, wasn't he?
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what he thinks. But I saw little bits from him for Coventry because they had a little bit of a run last year, like towards the playoffs and stuff like that. And then I think didn't get to the final, losing the final, I believe, last year.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I think you are. Luton. Was it against Luton?
Yeah, I think so.
In the playoff finals? Yeah.
So they had a run, so they had like quite a decent year, and they're having another good year this year. I saw a couple of bits of him from there, and he looked a decent player. Do you know how much he went to Sporting for?
Benfica. Is it Sporting? Sorry, not Benfica.
Do you know how much he went for?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure his transfer fee.
Gyökeres.
I mean, it's probably worth at the moment, I'd say 60-70 million easy in the striker market.
They're quoting 100, aren't they? They said there's 100 million.
Yeah, if Premier League clubs are going to high and then drop down slightly, aren't they? I imagine.
So they bought him for 20 million euros, which is 17.1 million pounds. So
what a bargain.
Yeah. He's 25 years old, so it's not like he just fits under the profile because the the Ineos model is like under 26, isn't it? Players under 26 and stuff. So he just fits under the thing. Good age. His stats, obviously, like you said, Portuguese league. Is it the same level as Premier League? Probably not. But it seems to be that players who play in the Portuguese league seems to translate to the Premier League quite well.
Yeah, the transitions seems quite seamless, isn't it?
Like Bruno, he's put same stats, if not better, in the Premier League that he was putting up.
Ruben Diaz.
Everybody was saying about Bruno, his stat padding in Portuguese league, he won't do that here, and he's done it. So Lindelof's adapted well. He came from, is it Benfica or
Edison. Another one, Matic, came from Benfica. Like, there's loads. There's loads who've done really well.
Lots of people have come on. So I think that league is quite, the hit rate's quite good. And obviously he's played in England. I know the Championship is a level below the Premier League, but I think the Championship in terms of intensity and physicality is probably a bit tougher than the Premier League. I think you get sort of more of a kick in and less time on the ball in the Championship, because it's very physical and very sort of like battling and stuff like that, whereas in Premier League you get a bit more time and stuff. So I think he'd be alright coming. I think he'd be fine. I think he'd fit in. Whether he puts up those stats or not, I don't know. 100 million is ridiculous. Like, I don't think we should pay 100 million for any striker, especially if he's not going to be, this is the guy. This is the absolute guy that we're going with, because you've got Højlund. You've got to remember that we've still got Højlund. So you either need a guy that's going to compete with him, so they're going to go toe-to-toe and be like, if you're playing well, you're in. If you're playing well, you're in. And they have that competition. Or you need a guy who's going to back him up, who's a bit older, who's willing to take that backseat, coach him, mentor him, but willing to come in when he needs rest and change out or change things up. I have a different profile of striker to come in, so when Højlund's not working or you need to change things up tactically, like, I bring on this guy. So I think that's the way you need to go, and 100 million is a lot, man. Especially if we are FFP or RSA, whatever the fucking thing's called. Especially if we're still under that sort of financial restrictions. 100 million is a lot when we need 2 centre-backs, maybe a couple of midfielders, maybe a winger,
wing-back,
and a striker and full-back. Like, it's a lot of money to spend. I like him a lot. I think he's great, but 100 million is a lot. If you can get him a decent price, absolutely bring him in, but 100 million, I can't. I don't see us doing that.
Well, Easy Ollie's put a comment in saying Gyökeres going to follow Amorim to Liverpool, and that celebration going to go crazy. I mean, that's another point to make, because Liverpool's a lot of strong links with the sporting coach at the moment, isn't there? So you could imagine he's probably going to want some of his own kind of troopers or leaders in there, isn't he?
He's denied it though, hasn't he? The links. There was a.
He's got to.
Yeah, but there was a paper. Who was the journalist that said they've already got a verbal agreement?
Can't remember who it was. I know what you're on about, but I can't remember the specific.
But yeah, like, it happens all the time. Managers go to clubs and they raid their old clubs. Ten Hag's done it. Pep's done it. Like, loads of players have done it. So I imagine I imagine he's not going to turn down the chance to go to the Premier League, whether it's Liverpool, Arsenal. I think he might think twice about us in the state we're in, but Liverpool or Arsenal are very attractive options at this point.
For sure. I went out of my way actually to watch him, because I've seen loads of people raving about him, like the kind of, the tacticians on Twitter and stuff like that. I need to check this guy out. So I watched him during the international break against Portugal, and I can't remember who else Sweden played. And then I watched him against Porto, I think it was, in the Portuguese league, and there was another game on in there as well. Strong, runs at defenders, an absolute nightmare, can cause problems on a multitude of levels, and kind of can drift to the left, can play on like the wing side and attack them down that, or can stay central and cause problems. Like, he looks like a genuine all-around kind of striker, big lad,
6'3",
suits the Prem in that sense. Yeah. So I like the look of him. I just think the competition when it comes to United at the minute is only so much the pull we can have as United when we haven't got Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Because Sporting have probably got Champions League.
Yeah.
So it's like,
we need to, like me and Chivy have been saying, we need to go out and find these rough gems. Like Brighton keep finding, and teams like that keep finding. Aston Villa as well. Like they who heard of, like, I was talking about who's the defender they bought that I really like, Pau Torres. Yeah, decent, really good player, and then they've got that Diogo Carlos as well, the fullback.
Yeah, from Sevilla.
Really fucking good. Players like that, you need to go out and find these guys who are playing top level football, but it's not going to cost you a fortune. But they're really good players, and they'll level up at United and in the Premier League. That's who we need to be going after. I like Gyökeres a lot, but it's just United are going to pay a fuckload of money for him, sadly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't see it happening. I think it's one of them kind of nonsensical stories that just gets thrown out there. I think, like you said, I think we're going to go for probably a less known striker, to be honest with you, or maybe a young potential. I don't know. But again, that's another one where summer's going to be so interesting. I can't wait to start the transfer window, win preseason, and all that kind of stuff, because I'm so ready to get this fucking season over and done with. Like, I'm so done with it. So let's see what happens with Viktor Gyökeres. Interactive stuff. Let me just explain very quickly what we're going to do. For the viewers, whether you're watching this live or watching this later on, please do get involved regardless. So me and Sam have put out 5 graphics. Not put them on the screen yet. But one is, Sam, you've got, can you guess the player? Is that correct?
Guess player. So my thing is, these are players that were linked and almost went to United. Almost went to United.
I like that.
That's what I've gone with.
I like that.
Just because I can go for United players and it might be a bit easier. So these are like well-known names that almost went to United. So
interesting. Okay. I also have guessed a player by his career path, which we've done before, and they're all United players from past and present and all that kind of stuff. So which ones are we getting into first? Let me know.
I've got mine lined up, so let's do mine first.
Okay.
So the first image is on the screen. So if you know it already, just hold on to it, and we'll just see if the chat has got...
Let me have a look.
The chat's got anything. I can give clues if needed.
Okay. I think I know who it is.
Yeah.
But some people have got to get this. I'm going to have a piece of my bueno whilst waiting.
I've also got a bit of info as well of like who they ended up getting instead of the person, that thing. But yeah, if you don't know this, like, Easy Ollie's got it in the chat, so somebody's already got it. Who is it, Nick?
Alan Shearer.
Boom. Easy.
You know what I can tell it by?
What?
The arm.
The
arm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He did the celebration, didn't he? You know the finger.
I was really
reminded me of that straight away.
Really boring celebration.
He is. He is a Magnolia kind of guy, isn't he?
Scored the goals though. Scored the goals.
He did.
Right. So there was no secret. Alex Ferguson in pursuit of Shearer. He missed out on the striker when he went to Blackburn Rovers. Continued to keep tabs in '96. United won the double. Shearer could not resist the allure of signing for his boyhood club because Newcastle came in. I think he was in a helicopter to Old Trafford, and I think Kevin Keegan rang him to come to Newcastle, and he diverted the helicopter and went to Newcastle.
Crazy.
But yeah, guess who we bought? Do you want to guess who we bought instead of Shearer? Bought 2 players.
Oh, I know this story now.
In the chat, let us know.
I've heard this story before, but I can't remember the people who it was.
Very famous. Very famous.
Was it a strike?
2 strikers.
Cantona, was it?
No. 2 strikers.
Ollie?
Ollie's one.
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
Andy Cole, Dwight York?
No.
None of them?
Ollie went in the chat with Cole and York. It wasn't them.
So it was Ollie. It was late 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah. 97.
Yeah. Striker instead of him. If I just said Cole, said York, said Cantona.
Come on.
Sheringham.
There you go. 2 very famous strikers. One was the treble against Bayern Munich. Scored the goals. But yeah, that's who they bought instead. And I'd say that worked out quite well for us, to be honest with you. But
yeah, definitely.
Alan Shearer never won a title with Newcastle. He could have won a treble.
I think he won one with Blackburn. I think. Yeah.
But never with Newcastle, and he could have won a treble if he came to United. But there you go.
Fuck you, Alan.
Next one. You should know this one, Nick.
Look. I'll wait until it comes on the screen. It's not on yet. So this is a player who didn't come to us.
Yeah. So we went for him, but we ended up not getting him for whatever reason. Madrid. Ramos? No,
that's too.
He's on the list. He's on the list. He was on a list of players that I was looking at, but I didn't put him in.
Yeah. Is it Raul?
It is Raul.
Oh, no way. I didn't know we was heavily linked with Raul.
So Spanish
what
legend
a player.
Ferguson reportedly changed his mind about him, pulling out a deal and allowing the Madrid forward to join Schalke. So when he was going to Schalke, Fergie went and then he changed his mind. Do you want to guess who we got instead?
So this would have been early 2000s, yeah?
Yeah, early 2000s.
I'm guessing. Early 2000s. Who we got instead?
Shite player. Really shite player.
Do I know him?
Maybe.
Any clues? You want from any clues?
Portuguese, I believe.
A Portuguese strike, Beto.
No, you're close.
Portuguese striker.
I think he was Portuguese. Do you want the name?
Give me the first letter of his name.
You got the right first letter.
B.
Yeah.
Bebe.
There you go, Bebe.
Yeah. Where the fuck
Shite.
did Beto come from?
Isn't he the Everton
He's Portuguese
striker?
player, isn't he?
Is he the Everton striker, Beto?
Yes, yeah, he is. That's why I got confused. Yeah, Bebe. Oh, fucking hell.
Shite.
Yeah, I bet you look back at that and think, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Jesus.
To be
But
fair,
he was touted at the time, though, from what I read, that he was a very, looked like he was going to be a gem.
Didn't work, though. Didn't work.
No,
and I think Raul was on the decline of his career at that point as well. I don't think he was the Raul of Madrid, but yeah. Number 3.
When you talk about a pure striker, though, Raul, what a player.
Fantastic.
What a player.
This one is piece of piss. If you don't get this, it's ridiculous.
Dino.
There you go. Wrong.
The streets will never forget this, man.
What
if
a fucking player.
Growing up today, and you haven't watched clips of this guy, he broke the way you play football. He was just like, what a guy, man. What a guy.
Tricks,
just the tricks,
goals,
dribbling,
quick.
Yeah, the goal at Chelsea, you know, where he's pivoting like with a foot and just goes poof. I remember watching that, and the whole of Stamford Bridge just went fucking silent.
Played for every big team there is to play for. Barcelona, Milan, like just ridiculous. And it was unbelievable. There was the goal that sticks out in my head. I don't know why. It was Brazil against England when he lobs David Seaman on a free kick. Yeah. That sticks in my head. I don't know why, but it does. And then there's one, I think it might have been, was it for AC? And he's juggling the ball down the wing. Yeah. You're just like, for fuck's sake. And nobody can get the ball off him. You're just like, my God, this guy.
There still hasn't been a player in this day and age now that is a better dribbler than him.
Nah, unbelievable.
Not one player. I don't think. Neymar, maybe you can throw close, Hazard. But Dino was the don at dribbling, the top tier, which people will know anyway if they're watching.
But yeah, so United kept tabs on the PSG, so this is when he was playing at PSG for a while after he eliminated England from the World Cup, the free kick I mentioned. But then obviously Barca came in, and he Brazilians and Barcelona, they don't turn that down. He went to Barca instead. Yeah. But do you know who we got instead?
Instead of Dino. Again, I've heard this story. I know I have.
Massive fucking player.
Beckham.
No. He was from the academy.
Oh shit, yeah. Duh.
Massive player. Fucking probably one of the biggest players.
Ronaldo.
There you go. Ronaldo. Young Cristiano Ronaldo from Sporting Lisbon with the noodle hair
question,
and the gaps in his teeth.
If someone threw me that question saying at the time, if you could go back now, which one would you rather say? It'd still be Ronaldo. I love Ronaldinho, but it'd still be Ronaldo because I absolutely loved him when he was at United. We also signed
United. We also signed another Brazilian. I don't know if you can guess him. Midfielder.
Kleberson?
Yeah.
Anderson? Oh yeah,
Kleberson. Shite.
Yeah.
Absolute shite. But I've picked this one because of the kit. So there's another one for you. Okay. Have a look at that. Bit tougher this one.
Oh, Fiorentina kit, classic. Is this what's he called?
He's got a song.
Oh,
he's got a song.
Yeah, I know who it is. This is gonna whine. Baptista, is it?
Close, very close.
What's his fucking name?
Chat,
he's a little bit before my time. Argentinian striker in it.
I think he was Argentinian.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't remember his fucking name. People in the chat, help me out. Yeah. Viewers.
If you're in the chat, put it in.
Get it in the comments.
A little bit for next time. This was like Italian 90s when the Italian Serie A was in its pomp. Like, he was one of those names. Absolutely ridiculous.
That kit is gorgeous, man. I love them kits.
Easy.
Batistuta.
That's it. Gabriel Batistuta.
That's the name I was trying to say.
Yeah. Batistuta, United suggested Ferguson was keen on the striker a few years later. And then the Argentinian seemingly was keen on the move as well, but then apparently he changed his mind. He suggested in January 2000 he'd be interested in the move if he ever left Fiorentina, but when he did, it was to join Roma. He went to Roma in that summer. Do you want to know who we didn't sign? We were supposed to sign someone instead of him, but we didn't end up getting him due to an injury. Do you want to guess who that was? We did get him eventually, but we didn't get him. We had a replacement lined up, but he had an injury. But we did get him the summer after.
2000.
2000.
Well, it's not going to be Ole Cole York.
Nope.
Nistelrooy?
Nistelrooy.
Yeah.
That was him.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to sign him, and I think he did his ACL, I believe. He did his cruciate ligament, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember now, yeah.
And then he ended up, coming, I think the following summer, I think we got him. So.
Interesting.
There you go. Right, final one.
Let's go. I like these.
Henry got Batistuta, Dan Raj. Everyone changes their mind when it comes to United. Not in that time, we didn't. Yeah, United were fucking quality back in the day.
Oh, I think I know what it is, but do you want me to hold off my guess?
Yes, hold off. Let's just see if... I bet Henry gets it in the chat.
Yeah,
Easy Ole, Batistuta, one of the GOATs, absolutely. Yeah, Henry, come on, man. Let's see who you got. This is... should I give a clue? Because I think that might give it away.
If you want.
The most linked player to United I ever remember in my fucking life. This name, every fucking year, without fail, this name pops up. Ridiculous. I'm surprised it's still not popping up at this point. But I chose this picture because most people won't recognise this picture.
I love that kit.
Yeah.
I love that kit.
Easy Ollie. No, it's not Van der Vaart. No, not him.
See, now I've got a couple in mind that I think. Oh. Well, I'll wait. See if people can get it. Come on, chat. Get involved.
Come on, chat. Let's see what you got.
Real Madrid. Around what year are we talking here, Sam?
Let me just check. 2011. Yeah.
2011.
Dino's got it in the chat. Henry's wrong.
After he moved from a treble-winning team, right?
Yeah. Do you want to make your guess, Nick?
Yeah. Wesley.
Schneider. Wesley Sneijder.
I actually thought first, when it first popped up, I thought it was Higuain.
Oh,
and then it clicked into my head. I thought, oh yeah, Schneider, Madrid, shit.
One of the most fucking transfer sagas I've ever known in my entire life. Every fucking year. But yeah, one of the greatest transfer sagas. 2011, Sneijder admitted he held unofficial talks to United about a move from Inter. Source told Old Trafford, a source from Old Trafford told The Guardian following day the midfielder would not be joining. 3 years and a host of links later, Schneider revealed he turned down a move to the Red Devils as he did not want to leave Galatasaray in Champions League football. Further speculation sparked in 2016 when the Dutchman said he'd met with Mourinho when the former Inter manager took over at United. So, there you go.
I remember Mourinho talking about him at Inter, saying that he could have won a Ballon d'Or potentially, because when they won the treble with Inter Milan, Schneider in that team was unreal, unbelievable. Top player, man. One of my favourite players at the time. I've got a Netherlands shirt actually with Schneider on the back.
But yeah, Henry, no. So you might have joined late, Henry. So this game was players who have been linked for United very strongly, but then end up going to United. That was the game. But yeah, that is the last one. So let's move on to Nick's game.
I enjoyed that.
So
right, what I've got planned.
I've done it in order that you sent it to me. So
yeah, it's cool either way. Well, I think we'll soon find out. Guess the player by his career path. So he went from Man United to Wolves to Everton to Sunderland to Wigan to Everton and then to Salford City.
I don't know this one.
It's a tough one, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know this one.
If you guys want clues, let me know.
I want clues.
In the comments, but I want to test people's, because anytime I've done these, people just come straight away and they go, "Oh, it's too easy that." So I thought, you know what, fuck it. See what I'm saying? Easy Ollie straight away in the chat.
You got it right. I've hidden the chat, so I don't want to spoil it for myself.
Wow, straight away.
Give me a clue.
Do you know? No.
Can I have a clue?
Irish. Not a well thought of player. Who's not like.
It's not. Who was the guy? Paddy McNair?
Nope.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Midfielder. First name began with a D.
Darren Gibson.
Yes, that's the one.
Bastard.
Henry put Luke Garbutt. I've never even heard of that player, Henry. But fair play to you for knowing that. And Dino Lewis put Nick Powell. And
I remember Nick Powell.
Gibson, the long shooter. Yeah, Nick Powell.
I remember Nick Powell. Yeah, right. Next one.
Next up.
What the fuck is the first badge?
I'll have to see it 1 second.
I don't know what that.
Yeah, so that is. I can't remember what team that was now, but yeah, it's from whatever fucking team that is to Southampton, to United, to Everton.
I know it.
Do you know it? Yeah.
Yeah.
To Nice, to a club in Greece, and then another club in Greece, which I can't remember. Koreanspor, I think the name was.
Okay.
Get it in the chat, people. Let me know who is this player.
I need no clues for this. I know what this is.
This one's a bit more of an easier one. You just have to look at 3 of the clubs in particular, and you know straight away.
The Southampton to United to Everton. I'm like, yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, they're the ones straight away. I think the majority of people are getting it. The first logo is the sign off Bird Park.
I think
that badge is Fortuna Sittard. I can't remember what
team
it was.
Who the fuck is that? Is that French team?
Don't know. Some of them are really random. There's another one in a minute that'll pop up that you'll see and you'll be like, what the fuck is that badge? There's a couple of them. But, you know, you got to start somewhere. Right? Not all players start at United.
Do you think that Konyaspor looks a bit Nazi? Because it does to me.
The Konyaspor one, by the way, is the one next to Nice.
Yeah. It looks a bit...
The one the middle bit you're on about.
It looks a bit like Nazi, doesn't it? Like a Nazi eagle.
Yeah.
Should I put the name out there?
Yep. Go for
it. Schneiderlin.
Correct, yeah. From Schneider to Schneiderlin. One of the most disappointing fucking transfers ever.
Awful.
Shocking.
Awful.
Don't know why we signed him. No.
Right, next one.
Next up. What have we got?
To Saint Etienne, Barca.
Oh, yeah.
Auxerre, Marseille, Inter, and then United. Okay.
Yeah. Done well there. Nimes, Saint Etienne, Barcelona, Auxerre, Marseille, Inter, Man United.
There's a weird move there, isn't there? There's Nimes, Saint Etienne makes sense. He goes to Barca, he's big move, and then he goes to Auxerre. You're like, what the fuck happened there?
Yeah. I'll be impressed if anyone gets this one. Well, not impressed. It's not a hard one, but it surprised me. A couple of the clubs in there, I was like, I did not know he played for them clubs. I would have had no idea. And he didn't spend very long at United either.
No.
Had a decent amount of games.
The Auxerre one's thrown me.
Yeah.
It's proper thrown me.
Oh, no.
No. He did.
No.
He was.
Although
was he at Barca? Yeah, he was at Barca.
Yeah. He did. At the academy of La Messier, I think he came through.
It's not Depay, is it?
So. Nope, not Memphis Depay. Not Memphis. I don't think Memphis never played for Marseille, did they? Or Inter Milan.
He played for a French team. So. Was it Lyon? He played for
Lyon, yeah. He played. I know. Did he go Barca? No. Did he go Barca DP at one point?
I'm sure he did. Yeah, he did. He definitely
he did, didn't he?
But he was after United. He was after United. So.
What so? Do you want any clues, Sam?
Yeah, give me a clue.
Centre back.
What nationality?
French.
It's not Varane.
Nope.
What era are we talking? Fergie.
Like 2000s.
Okay.
Early 2000s. So Rio actually taking his place.
Blanc. Jean-Claude Blanc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
Jean-Claude Blanc.
Jean-Claude.
Fucking Jean-Claude.
Laurent Blanc. Centre back, yeah. I didn't realise quite a few French players here. But yeah, someone got it in the chat. Easy Ole got it correct in the chat, so big up to Easy Ole. Please do smash a like on the video, by the way, if you're enjoying this currently, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Next up.
Last one, this.
Yeah.
Villa to United to Blackburn to Birmingham to Sydney to Sunderland. That's a fucking hell of a...
The last two should give it away.
That is shite, that, isn't it? You go from Blackburn to Birmingham and then to Sydney, lovely, and then to fucking Sunderland. Jesus Christ. That's horrible. That's fucking horrible.
It's a weird career path, isn't it? It's almost like backwards in that sense, apart from the first two.
It's just clicked. Yeah, the Australian one's just clicked in it.
Yeah, because someone told a story about it on a podcast recently.
I'll let's see if anybody else guesses, but yeah.
I think someone may already have it. Someone said it in the chat. Someone may have already in the chat.
Okay.
M. Shea says, fuck the big three, it's just big me. Potts when asked about who's the biggest team in London from Fulham and Chelsea and Luton. Yeah, I'm sure he said that in a press conference. Actually, there's a game on tonight, isn't there? Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Chelsea-Everton, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll watch that after.
Interesting. Yeah, go watch that. So yeah, get your guesses in and we can go watch it.
I'll put my guess in as soon as you...
Tosic, wow, do you remember Tosic? Jesus.
Did he end up going to Ajax, Tosic? He played really well. Under...
No, that was Tadic.
Oh, Tadic.
That was Tadic, yeah. Tosic, I don't know what happened. I think he went Moscow, CSKA Moscow.
Yeah. He played like 4 games for us, didn't he? And then just never played. Should I guess?
It's not Poborski, is it? Nope, not Poborski. Go on, Sam.
Dwight York.
Correct. Dwight York.
The Villa.
Roy Keane telling the story.
Yeah, the Villa in this Sydney one. That's what got me.
Roy Keane said he rang him up whilst he was in Australia and was like, "Do you want to come Sunderland, mate?" He's like, "Roy, come on. I'm in Sydney.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on decent money. You want me to come back to fucking Sunderland of all places? Like, come off it, man."
Did he say it's what?
You smashed that.
He asked Fergie for a year off, didn't he, after the treble?
Yeah,
He was on holiday. I think, where's he from? Caribbean island. Where's he from?
Trinidad. Is it Trinidad?
He was on holiday like on this summer after the treble, and he rang Fergie and was like, I don't have anything left. Like, I gave everything. I need a year off. And Fergie was like, absolutely not, mate. not having a year off.
I mean, if you're gonna ask at any point, it's probably after you win a treble is going to be your best chance in it. So yeah.
Somebody's asking if you're going back to work in the chat.
Who the fuck is that? in Pareto. I have no idea who that is. Well, that's fucking bizarre. I think we can end on that note.
It's just like, why is that in the chat?
No idea.
Weird.
Anyway, we'll leave it at that, people. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and me and Sam are going to go watch some football. So take it easy in a bit.
Peace.